have just loaded a roll of Fujifilm Across 100 black and white film into my Hasselblad X-Pan, and I am about to embark on a photography voyage around Svalbard, a place that seems as if it was created by God for the X-Pan. But being a manual focus rangefinder camera, it might not be best suited to a fast-moving ship on rough seas, and is almost certainly not the best choice for photographing polar bears. But can we make it work? Now, it may appear as though I'm waiting for the back end of never to take this photograph, but the problem I'm experiencing is perspective. As the ship sails through the ice, the relationship between the X-Pan, the icebergs in the midground, and the mountains in the background are constantly changing, so it's just a matter of waiting patiently for the icebergs to line up with the mountains. And I still didn't get this quite perfect.
The red dot is flashing.
Okay, that's the problem. Cheers. So, one of my missions with this camera was to photograph a polar bear. And I can tell you now, there is a polar bear. Unfortunately, it's 4 miles away. So instead, we're surrounded by this beautiful sea ice. And I want to take panels. Just so much around us. We've got mist. I'll put in the B-roll after. We've got mist all over the mountains. Beautiful slabs of ice. I need to be at the front of the ship to do it, and it's a bit busy because everyone's looking at the bears. Yeah, this is it. This is. I'm going for one-stop exposure compensation because it's such a bright white scene, and it's just such a dreamy pano. Ice, low mist, mountains, grey skies. And actually, in fairness, there will be a polar bear in the shot, so. That was F11, 1/25 per second. Across, Fujifilm Across. Yeah, very nice. Hello. So I'm going to have to whisper into the microphone because we have to be really quiet, but that was incredible. I I can't believe how close the bear came, and the fact that I had the opportunity to shoot it with this camera, with the X-Pan, with Fujifilm Across 100 loaded inside. It wasn't easy. I have no idea if the images came out, because the problem with this camera is it's a rangefinder camera and you're looking through the viewfinder whilst trying to focus. It was impossible because my gloves were blocking the view, so I couldn't focus. Therefore, I went to infinity, dialed it down to f11, and then shot at infinity, and then pulled it back using the markers on the lens. Hopefully they're in focus. Compositionally, I was happy. But man, what an opportunity. I really hope these images came out, because something I'll never forget. Well, there we have it. Mission accomplished. I managed to photograph a polar bear with my Hasselblad X-Pan. Now, before we all get too excited and call the Royal Photographic Society with the good news, unfortunately, this is the best of a bad bunch. I took 9 frames, you can see a screenshot of my scanning software here, and all of them showed the bow of the ship on the bottom right hand corner. Of course, this is an area of the frame that you can't see through the viewfinder. What you can actually see in that area is the lens. Now, I was able to salvage this image by cropping it and cloning the bottom right hand corner ever so slightly to remove the dark, blurry bow of the ship. Now, all in all, I am pleased and it was a fun exercise, and who knows, maybe I'll get another opportunity to shoot a polar bear with the Hasselblad X-Pan and I will learn my lesson.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, just so you know, that the smell in this room is it's the drains, it's not me. It always smells like someone's just been to the toilet in here.
Sure it does.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen these images yet. That's my problem with shooting film, is that I never know what's going to happen. So when you're recording, documenting the film shoot, I've always got it in the back of my mind that if these images don't come out, there's no video, right? And I've just shot half a roll of film of that polar bear that walked right past the boat. I'm going to put a new roll in. In my bag, I also have 2 rolls of Portra 160, which is really nice film for this environment. Ooh, this white environment, almost no colour, high key environment. So Portra 160 is perfect. This, I'm terrified I'm going to lose it.
I was going to ask, do you ever get nervous changing film when you know you've got like something quite, you know?
Well, yeah, they're not as nervous as I get when I put it in the post and send it off to people.
Yes.
But now I've got a local guy who I hand deliver it to.
Yes.
So, but there we go. This is this may be the only polar bear ever shot with a Hasselblad X-Pan. I know that's not the case. It's not the case. Some, you know, of course that's not the case, but certainly within the last 10 years, I'll bet it's the case.
Nice.
I see a lot of film photographers who shoot what I think is excessively. They just point and shoot at anything that catches their eye, whereas me, I'm far more or far less liberal with how I shoot. But maybe that's not. Maybe I should just try something different. So I think I'm really going to try and get through this roll of Portra. We only have about 2 days remaining, a couple of landings, and I'm going to shoot all 21 images. And with a bit of luck, yeah, that didn't go through. Hang on a minute.
Take two.
Yeah, you've got to feed this down, and then the camera will grab a hold of it. I don't think I pushed it down far enough. Yeah, there we go. Portra 160, 21 images, 21 frames. That doesn't mean 21 images.
Dear.
You know, I might get 3 or 4 half decent ones. We'll see. But I'm gonna become, try and use it a bit more. Ah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. It's like there's panoramics everywhere you look. And then there's one over here. But it feels a bit wonky. Well, there is. If you look closely, there is a ship in the distance. That really adds a lot of atmosphere as well. Oh no, got some bad news. I need to go back to my room and get the longer lens. I need the 90mm for this shot. Wait there, I'll be in 2 seconds. I love this camera so much. Focus to infinity, dominant mountain in the centre of the pano. There's a ship down to the left which adds a bit of interest. I'm not sure what the colours are going to do, yeah, there's not much colour in the scene, to be honest, mainly blues. Oh, see, I'm getting 1/25th of a second on 90mm. I've got super steady. Oh no, the anchor's going down. His whole boat's vibrating. Okay, we'll just shoot it. Almost certainly going to be motion blur in that. Oh well. Here comes the light. Beautiful. F8, 2/50th of a second, Portra 160. Need more stabilisation. There we go. I'm on the 90mm lens, so it's actually quite tight in.
Okay.
So you see the light in the middle,
Yeah.
that's light in the middle. And you see it's got this right pyramid and this snowfield.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of the snowfield, and then they've got another smaller snowfield on the left. I've got that, so it's fairly well balanced. But this 90mm is just, oh, it's such a dream. Then I have a 45mm, which is super wide, so I'll probably get that out for the rest of this. Oh, behind the front of the bow of the ship, there's just like ghostly images of, oh, what?
Been at it for an hour now.
We're never going to sleep. I'm going to burn through this entire roll of film in the next 20 minutes, I guarantee. Okay, that feels a bit tight with the 90mm, so I'm going to drop on the 45mm. And we have two very distinct pyramid mountains behind us that are shrouded in mist and atmosphere. A bit of ambient light coming from the right-hand side, just over here. Oh, this is the dream. So beautiful. Two peaks, middle. There we go. Ah, wow. What a place. So 3 things. 1, if you're new to the channel, I'll stick 2 playlists down below. 1 is an Xpan playlist and 1 is a general film playlist. The second thing is, if you enjoyed this trip around Svalbard, if you go back about a month, in fact I'll just link to it below, there is an extensive video on that trip to Svalbard. Now all of that was actually shot on a Nikon Z8, so not film photography, but still it was an unbelievable adventure nonetheless. Finally, allow me to plug 2 books that I have for sale: Landscape Photography on Location Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 has much more film content in it, so if you're interested in film photography, there's an entire chapter and lots of film images in this book. And that's it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.